So we are heading to, oh, I forgot my ladder.
There's the corn.
There's the first one.
Yep, here we go.
Bean dust.
Alright, good morning. It is another beautiful day for spraying. Killing some edible beans right up alongside some corn. It is very muddy out here. Thought it looked drier yesterday, which I don't know why I thought it looked drier. We did just get 4.5 inches of rain, but they need to die, so we're just gonna try not to ruin any more beans by pushing some mud around. A little bit of foggy this morning, but it is beautiful out. So field conditions are not getting much better. I've been throwing mud most of the time. I'm not super excited about what I'm doing. This is my field, so I made the decision to come out here. The problem is I'm up against the clock for some cover crop. Yes, that's right, cover crop that has got to be in at certain times this year. We got to get this crop out so I can do that. The fog, I'm actually below the fog right now, but it was getting a little denser that direction. Yeah, gotta love rain. This field was not rutted up due to spraying all summer because it was sprayed at the right time. Now I'm afraid I'm rutting up some areas of it. Don't have much choice though. The amount of pheasants I've kicked out of here is insane though. We're gonna have to come back here. It's got a lot of, this is my grandpa's quarter. It's got a slough in it that's good for ducks and good for pheasants and deer. It's just a wildlife habitat everywhere around here. A good chunk of this field is up on some rolling hills, and the beans look fantastic up here, I will say that. I'm excited to see how they do. And it's dry. The problem is they were also ready to spray before we got 4.5 inches of rain. And they're very ready now. It's just the troubles of this year. Not complaining. Fortunate to be farming. Anyone's job, there's always headaches to it. As you guys know, our headache is Mother Nature. Call it the uncontrollable headache. The one that Tylenol doesn't fix. Maybe we shouldn't even get into that. I did just see they came out with Tylenol not being very good for certain people at certain times in their family building process. Come on, get off the beans. Get off the beans. They're laying flat, and my track is flat, and everything's flat after that. Just running everything over. Here's a bad spot. This needs tile. It's actually a bowl inside kind of the top of this hill. Water. Yeah, that would be easy to tile. I think we'll start with a ditch. Try to drain it, surface drain it. But every field needs pattern tile after this year. It's like last spring. It'll show you where you need tile. In the good years, you don't know. The whole field does good. In the bad years, it's like, oh, I should have put tile there in the good years. You know, typical stuff. Things are not getting any drier. I moved the sprayer to tomorrow's field, but it's warmed up too much and there is no dew. Let's see what these pods actually feel like. Yeah, I think a combine could handle that right now. So we're not going to drive through them and shell out a bunch. Try to save our losses. Like I said, why we do this in the morning. So I'm going to clean off the mud that I acquired. And I've got a ride coming. And I'm kind of hoping we can get harvesting this afternoon. I'll probably go look at the field that we're going to target. But we've got some good heat the next 10 days, so this should work. I hate to say it. This should work.
The time has came, Brody. Our nerves.
It'll hit about halfway.
I'm nervous already, but we're getting in them. Let's go fight some mud, Brody. For a 2-year-old combine, it sure is strange that the batteries are dead every time I try to start it. Jumper pack to the rescue. So, that'll be interesting. That might be an in-season swap if that's how it's gonna go. So, we are heading to, oh, I forgot my ladder. We are heading to one of Eric's fields first, and it's gonna be some of our better beans. We've decided to target the better beans while the moisture is great. Try to gain some maximized yield that way, because we know the other fields are going to be crop insurance losses. Like, there's just no doubt about it. No question, not even close, not even questionable that they're going to be good yielding. So we're going to try to target our higher yielding while the beans have good moisture in from the rain events we've been experiencing. Yeah, off we go. Well, we got our first breakdown, pretty minor. Gull wing opened up. 10 feet, slow down, 5 feet more, keep her going, keep going. Remember your head when you're unlatching. Remember last year when he mowed his head into that pipe and let himself? So we got to get heads on, and then we have to do a flush, especially through this machine needs to be extra flush because we have bought this combine and it was last used in soybeans, so we're gonna have to definitely do a good flush on this machine.
I don't think so. Tip the feeder hose forward. Right. Okay. Try that. Yep. Yep. Looks good.
Oh, first time of that, didn't go the smoothest. That was a little stressful. Oh my, there's a lot of soybeans in that. Okay, I went another maybe 100 feet. We're gonna flush out and we're gonna see what comes out, if we're good or not. Okay, we looked at that pile. We did not see any soybeans in there, so I think the first flush did really good. Second flush will be excellent. Pretty wet here. My combine has it at 19 to 21%, but that outside row is pretty green. So I'm gonna punch kind of through the field here just a ways, get out of the way for one, and for two, try to get a better sample and send back to the farm.
It's back enough to cut through the middle of the field for a better sample.
It's happening. I want to stay out of them bushier beans over there because they're definitely going to be wetter. What do we got? We're still pushing 19%. We can start at 18, so maybe we got to ground here for a little bit. I want to get enough to get a good sample though. Pretty nice sample, really. These are about the driest you're gonna get. Mosquitoes are unreal. Here's the trail of what was coming in, definitely leaving corn. So we got that flush, and now we'll do his unload auger. There is no way of cleaning those areas really. Like the inside of the unload auger, it's impossible to clean out. So you just gotta waste some beans. Totally intentional, but it's kind of sad, but I don't want a whole load rejected. Got a lot more green sticks. You got more sticks. Headland. There's the corn. What do you have on a moisture?
No, I was so busy. I didn't even...
I know
Can't
the
go look.
feeling.
I only seen one split come through, so at the high yield of 200 pounds an acre back there, I think you're doing really good.
We're good with that.
Water hemp stem. So he's got 15.
We'll meet in the middle at
So
17 and a half.
That'd be perfect. So Randy's he went home with 2 samples. He's gonna test it. We're gonna either get the green light or the wait a couple hour light. Okay, so we got 17 on this pass where I was trying to stay out of the maybe more green along the soybeans there. And this was 17, that was 18, so it's green light. We're gonna hope our testers are good and we're gonna send it. Well, looks nice on the left side of the head, but yeah, pretty slim pickings over there. Be a 0 without wind, like the air bar is blowing them on to the belt. Otherwise, they would for surely be getting clipped and falling right on the ground. So at least we're getting some of them. They're about this big. When you look at that, finally a cart that's worth dumping on. Woo-wee! See how the first dump goes here. Only going 2.7. We're taking it moderate right now. First dump on the brand new Amnesty cart. All done. All done. I didn't even require a pusher. So ground conditions surprisingly better than I thought they were gonna be. Man, that excites me. That right there excites me. I'm gonna make this a breeze. Well, this is just, I think 20 acres or so on this side of the ditch. We've gotta do this yet. That isn't totally filled in. It takes some time. I'm on my last pass of the field, so is Brody right there. So far going pretty well. I'm not going to tell you any numbers because I have no idea if this is calibrated or not. Kind of treat these black beans as, I'm not going to say we ain't going to try to dial them in, but we're going to haul the whole field in. They go directly to the edible bean plant, and we'll know like that what this field yielded. Sample, pretty dang good. I'm very satisfied with that, but that's what comes with higher moisture. They don't split as easy, so you can be a bit rougher with them, have a lot better sample, but I'm not going to complain about that. I could maybe dial. It looks like I'm squishing some. Hello, Brody. I can already tell my combine is very, very dusty in a matter of 1 hour. Yes, we did have to take our heads off to get from right down there because the intersection signs are too wide for, well, probably anything over 35 feet. So, detach it is. Really should have a approach across that ditch, but I'm sure that would be expensive because the culverts are huge that go under that road. Yep. There's the first one. The first one of the season. Bean dust! 15 feet, 10 feet, 5, 3, 1. Yep. Watch your head. Remember your head. Hopefully attempt number 2 goes more successful than the first one because that one didn't work well at all. away we go again. There it is. It's working on the first dump. That thing is just massive. We're gonna let him be in peace for the day and for probably this video so that he gets used to it before he gets a camera right on him. Unless things go south, then we'll get a camera on him. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Sprayer rut. Right there. Right here. This is what that equals. And it's so muddy, I don't know how to contradict this issue. Other than cut on each side of that rut, maybe. Lessen head pressure, tilt back. This is all a bad deal though. Dirt on your beans. On the poly. Yeah. Steve's directing him. I'm guessing that's going to probably be a load. That is cool. That is cool. Well, with that, we finished this 80. Well, there was maybe 6-8 acres drowned out, but yeah. We have to move just a half a mile down the road. Maybe a mile, 3/4 of a mile, not too far, to a 40. Whoop that one down quick, and I don't know if we'll get somewhere else tonight. Things are a little slower now, first day, but we'll see how far we get. I don't know if you can tell, but we're already at the next one. Of course, you guys don't know how quick that was, but pop down here, got my head on, down the headland I go. He's got grain on him still, so we're waiting on a truck. I don't know if Dad and Randy might run and grab one more truck to get that offloaded, but we have to keep each crop or field separated, and so we may be sending a half-loaded truck, or maybe front half one field and back half another field. We'll see, but yeah, it's working pretty good. It's nice having the big capacity. Well, we've been waiting on a truck for, I don't know, 10 minutes, which was fine. Had to use the restroom and clean where all the rocks from the sprayer track, little rocks and stuff, got in front of the draper belt, clean that out. Cart's unloaded. How good it feels to be back in the field finally. It's just, what is it, September 23rd? Typically we're done with black beans and we're just starting. So the reason we were waiting on a truck is they yielded better than we thought they were going to, which is a good problem. And then we had extra on the cart, so we couldn't dump on there. We had plenty of room, but like I was saying before, we have to segregate which field is going where on each contract and whose name it is and all that. So it didn't cost us too much time. 10-minute break. I'm also very glad that we didn't start on like a really bad field, like we're starting on some of our better beans. Give them other fields some time, for ground conditions, because they're so rutted up from all year of spraying through water and mud. Like them ruts, when they're muddy, that just don't slide well. I don't like what I'm seeing over there. I heard Eric get on the two-way and say, Brody, nothing's coming out of the back of your combine. And now the chopper's up, there's a pickup there, and that's probably not good. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Well, he's back up and moving. Hang on, this is a spring here. There's actually water running out of the side of this hill. This whole field's 34 acres. Yeah, we're sliding sideways, that's nice. That's where the Apache got stuck right there. No wonder, it's a spring. There's some rooting and tearing marks here. Good times were had here. Anyways, so apparently this is water coming out of the side hill from up there somewhere. Maybe that other slough where he which ain't even a slough. We've never lost it before farming this for years. Must be weeping out of the side there. The deflector right in front of this chopper was set on corn instead of soybeans, and I guess that causes it to suck more air, and basically it just plugged up his sieve area. So they took and dug it all out, switched that door, fired it up, and away he went again. Half-hour downtime to figure that out, but nothing broke, so that's awesome. There we go, 34 more acres done. Time to move to another field. Unfortunately, I was told it might be the one that I've been dreading to go to, but at least we've got our we're a little more comfortable in here. Well, I think that's a wrap. We got here, we tried to do some headlands, we punched through the middle of the field. The dirt is so black, the dust is so bad, the beans are so bad, and the rocks are absolutely ferocious over the sprayer tracks. So before we wreck something, we're shutting down till we can have some light in the morning. And she's rumbling pretty good anyways, so we pushed her to the limit here on this job. You aren't gonna believe what the beans are like. It's very bad.
What?
Look at you.
Black? Yeah, I know.
How is the dump cart? Still getting used to it?
Very much so. It is a beast, no doubt. I know we can successfully lift close to 70,000 pounds without it being too weak, and that's 3 times the strength the last one had. So it's at first I was hesitant on the chain wall, but then using it to top off some hoppers worked really slick. So, but very much getting used to it.
Everyone's getting used to it again. Well, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and come back for the next one. We're gonna get into some really ugly beans. I think these ones were, well, we don't have the number on the 30-acre field, but what, 2,800-ish?
Yep.
Of field average, what, 6 acres drowned it out, so.
Yeah, that's with those loss, with a 0. An easy 0. Head didn't even touch the ground.
So well-drained fields, great potential. Now we're gonna hit some fields tomorrow that are the undersized tile, pretty flat, so it held the water just in areas that it just.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.